Welcome back to TheWindowDog.com. Today we're taking a look at a very common question that comes into our office, and it has to do with windows that will not lock. We're going to look at several reasons why your windows might not lock, and we'll look at the solution for each and every one of them. I bet you lunch by the end of this video we'll have your windows locking again just like new. Hang on to your hats, it's going to be a crazy ride. Alright, today we have an old Softlight Pro sample that's been sitting around our office, but the problems and the solutions we're going to show you would apply to just about any window out there, so don't worry if your model's a little bit different. Remember, when a technician comes over to your house to fix your window, he's got a couple of distinct advantages over you. One is he probably knows a lot more about windows, but number two is that he's looking at the situation with a fresh set of eyes. So don't let your preconceived notions about what's causing the window to not lock get in the way. You turned to the internet because you couldn't figure it out, so let's throw everything out the window and start fresh. The very first thing to look at is by far the most common problem, and that is your window is not closed. Let me show you how it works. So this window right here looks like it's closed. We're going to flip this locked and then check it, and it still opens. It's not locked. So we're going to unlock it, we're going to shut it, we're going to push it hard because we want it to close. We lock it, it still opens. What's going on? Well, before you call your window company and complain, let's figure it out. First, let's unlock it again and shut it, and then let's push the top sash up all the way to the top, and then the bottom all the way to the bottom, and now try it. Oh, it works. We figured it out. I tell you, that'll solve 75% of the calls we get to our office about windows that won't lock. Make sure the top's up. Now, let's look at the second problem. The second most common scenario has to do with trying to shut the window while it's locked, preventing the lock and the keeper from lining up right, preventing your window from locking. Let's look at how that works. So here I have this window. It's in the locked position, but let's say I don't know that. I'm not familiar with these new windows. I don't know which way's locked and unlocked. I think it's unlocked. I shut it, I push the top up, I push the bottom down, I flip this lock. It's not locked. I think, what the heck? Why didn't this thing work? I flip it back, I shut it, I push it, I push it, I flip it. It's not locked. It's because my lock was in the locked position when I shut it, which bumped the top sash down, and now it's not lining up. The solution's easy. On this window, what I'm going to do is tilt these in so I can get a good look at the lock and make sure I know exactly which way is locked and which way is unlocked. When I've got it all the way unlocked, and I mean not 75%, not 50%, all the way unlocked, I take this, I shut it, I push the top up, push the bottom down, flip the lock. That is solution number two. Now I tell you, between those two, we've probably solved 90% of the calls that come into our office about windows that won't lock. But we're not going to stop there because we're crazy around here. Let's look at number three. The third most common reason windows might not lock has to do with the alignment of the lock and the keeper. Now for your terminology, the keeper is the back part of the lock that the lock hooks into. So this part is your lock, this part is your keeper. Now on this Softlight Pro model, the keepers are not adjustable, so this solution wouldn't apply to this model. But on many windows out there, the holes in the keeper are oval shaped, so you can loosen these two screws and slide the keeper back and forth to get it to line up right, and then tighten the screws. So if you've tried those first two solutions, you haven't gotten anywhere, take a look at your keeper. When you shut the window and line it up, is it perfectly centered in between the lock? If it's not, what you do is you open the sash, get it out of the way, loosen these screws, just maybe a half turn, 3/4 turn, so that you can wiggle the keeper back and forth, leave it loose, and then shut the sash. So you shut the sash. Then with your fingers, now it's loose, you can move it. If it's too tight in there, maybe you can use a screwdriver to poke it, but center that keeper right in the middle of the lock, and then tilt this in again. Mash your thumb on that keeper real good, because as soon as you start tightening the screws, it's going to want to move. So mash your thumb on that real good, get out your screwdriver, and tighten those screws. Now you've got it perfectly centered. Now, shut your window, make sure it was unlocked, make sure the bottom's shut, the top's shut, pull that keeper in, window locks perfectly. There's your solution number three. Let's look at the last one, solution number four. Okay, for problem number four, we'll take a look at something is causing the window not to close all the way. If you've tried these first three solutions and you're not getting anywhere, something is obstructing the window's operation. So there's probably two things it could be. Let's check it out. First, what you want to do is open the window and see if you see anything down in these channels on the side. Should just be empty vinyl or fiberglass or whatever your windows are made out of. There shouldn't be anything there. So in this case, there is nothing there. We're all good. Next, you'll want to look at, when you tilt this in, a lot of windows will have an interlock where there's a lip here and a lip here, and when the window shuts, they hook together. So we'll want to make sure that that interlock is working properly. If this piece somewhere is bent out a little bit, it will cause this piece to hit this piece. They call that crashing interlocks, and it'll prevent the window from shutting all the way. So what we'll do is we'll fold this back together, kind of push this sash in to get those interlocks seated real good before it shuts all the way. So it's maybe 2 inches open. Push this in and then slide it shut and then turn the lock. Oh, that did the trick. Now if it takes that pushing for you, leave it shut and leave it locked for a couple of 2-3 days and let the vinyl sashes sort of mate with each other so that they're lined up right. Then you come back 2 days later, your window will most likely open and close just fine. And the very last potential problem would be what happens if you were to find some piece of hardware or mechanical piece down here in these chambers. Now we've answered that question on the video of what to do if your window won't stay open, so check that out. But all it involves is sliding this piece back up, getting it hooked back into the sash, and your windows will work fine. So there's 5 possibilities that could cause your windows to be not locking properly. I guarantee you if you check all 5 of those things, you will solve your problem. Remember, for the greatest source of replacement window information on the entire internet, check us out online at TheWindowDog.com. Hope we were able to help you out. Have a great day.